Hey Ketosis Mom followers and Amazon shoppers, welcome to our Friday stream. Tonight is a deal stream and it's titled These Deals Are Bananas. So you'll see me in my fun banana outfit and Joe is in the process of getting his on as well. We're going to do a quick live stream about some things that we see on deal that we own and we love tonight. So feel free to ask us any questions as we're going over things. And if you want us to skip ahead or go back, depending on when you join our stream, feel free to just ask us in the chat. I have it right here and I can see everything up and going. If you're not currently following us, make sure that you tap that follow button. You can tap follow in this live stream. You can also tap right here in our storefront. I always like to start in our storefront because there's always new things going on. You, of course, can see that we're live in the storefront. You can also look at all of the new curations. Curations are going to be updated ever so often to basically meet the holidays. I will have gifting guides up here. I will have Prime Day up there because guess what? Prime Day's coming. It's been officially announced for October 10th and 11th. So you will see us streaming on those days as well. Again, you can tap follow from the storefront. You can also tap follow from the live. And there's also a fun heart button below. Please make sure that you tap that heart button because it lets Amazon know that you enjoyed our stream. We're going to go ahead and get started today because Joe is now ready. Here we go. Say hey banana. So in line with These Deals Are Bananas, we're going to be going over some of our favorite things on deal. The very first thing that we're going over this evening, I'm going to let Joe show you because he knows how to work it. He's used it. He sees that it works, and he can answer any questions that you may have.
All right. So I'm just going to try and hold this up to begin with. This is the Bissell Pro Heat 2X Revolution Pet.
On deal.
On deal. I just want everybody to see this. So one of the things it does have is a little button on the side where you can kind of do a direct shot on it for cleaning. It has two tanks, as you can see. A top tank for the clean solution. I'm on camera, just want to make sure.
Yes, you are.
And a bottom tank for the dirty stuff.
The dirties, which you will see lots of dirties with this, guys. You will. And just so I can tell you guys a little bit about this before Joe continues. The last time we did a live stream on Friday, you're still on camera, my love. The last time we did a live stream on Friday, we had two with us, two little ones helping us out. They were both sick. The whole house is still sick. But they had a little accident getting sick right outside the door, and Joe had to use this bad boy. I did not think it was going to come up because it was kind of like an orangey red color from the orange chicken that she had eaten, and we have white carpet. It did come up. It did, and he continued to clean the rest of the carpet as well. So I was shocked.
Right. So one of the nice things about this is it's kind of like a kit. It comes with kind of an oxy urine eliminator and a pet stain and odor antibacterial. So this is for pets. We have a little dog. His name is Frankie. But we also have two larger pets, aka our kids,
Children,
who make an equally large amount of stink and stain. So it's nice that it comes with these that you can go with. We also bought a larger version of, I believe it was this one, to have on hand. One of the things I do want to point out is it does come with a carrying bag.
it comes with a lot of stuff.
It has a couple of tools. This is more of kind of your upholstery tool. I haven't used this yet. It's got a trap here as well, just so that you don't get anything in it. This I have used. This is kind of that tough stain tool. So when Jen was talking about having to clean up the throw up from our youngest, this is what I use to get down deep into the carpet. Because although the vacuum, Bissell itself did a pretty good job, the stain was still there. So what happened was I got down on my hands and knees. I put in the attachment for this, plugged it into the top of it, and just got down there and started going at it. And within a few passes, you could tell it was already coming out. Yep. So we were worried we'd need to be getting a professional cleaner in here, or
I was very worried.
potentially having to replace the carpet, worst case scenario. But, fortunately, this works great. And I'm just showing kind of everything that comes with it, including the manual. will all fit
in the bag that
bag that they give you.
Nice.
And then I'm just going to kind of tie this off on the back here.
Oh, for easy storage.
Yeah, and then you're good to go.
I will tell you guys a little story about this cleaner. Yeah. Joe has had this cleaner for over a year. Is that right?
Not quite, maybe 6 months.
Almost, maybe 6 months. But it had not been out of the box until we had
this happened.
last Friday. He kept saying, I'm going to steam clean the whole basement. I'm going to clean all the carpets. It's going to happen. And then it wasn't happening until this happened. But now I'm really excited because it actually smells good down here.
Yeah. And the thing is,
did the carpets, it smells good.
If you're just looking for a standard clean where you're trying to get the dirt out of the carpet, I think just using the carpet cleaner alone is fine. But if you have a pretty bad stain, using the attachment to get down there with your hand and scrub it a little bit definitely makes all the difference to be able to get it out.
All right. While Joe gets set up for the very next item, which is the Voweek cordless vacuum, I'm also going to tell you all a little story about this. So last Christmas, I had all new robot vacuums going around the house. Then we put up multiple Christmas trees. And if you all know, during the holidays, all those little pine needles, whether it's a real tree or not, are going to get all over the ground, along with a lot of glitter and other things. So Joe said, you know what? I'm not going to run all these vacuums to run into everything and potentially knock down one of the smaller trees or knock water on it and cause a problem. I want my own cordless vacuum. So I did my hands up and I said, fine, get whatever you want. This is what Joe selected. I did, in fact, post on TikTok Joe doing all around the Christmas tree with this. It is probably one of my top viewed social media anything, and it performed great with sales. Now, I'm going to tell you all, the % off that is on deal right now is awesome. So make sure that you ask him any questions that you might have while he's going over this, because it's still to this day our favorite.
Yep. All right, so I'm assuming I'm on camera.
You are on camera.
Right. So the Voweek cordless vacuum cleaner. So again, I did my research on it, found this one very simple. There's not a whole lot of different parts to it, but they're all interchangeable. I do want to point out it does come with a wall mounting kit, which we are not using at the moment.
I don't think that I knew that it came with that.
It does have a cleaning tool. So if you get hair stuck in there, it's got a little blade in here. You can kind of drag it through the bottom of this to get the hair out. Again, like showing the features to this before I build it and show it all together. The other thing that's really nice, if you have pets, if you have a lot of ladies in the house like I do here, I am outnumbered 3-1. The bottom pops out so you can get rid of all that hair that may get stuck in there, which is fantastic. Let me tell you that much.
Oh, you guys hearing him complain. Y'all hearing him complain every week, aren't you?
Everything is modular. Like if you want to use a short version, there's a short version. If you want to do the same thing with kind of your crevice tool or vacuum tool for your car, or for upholstery, you have that tool there that slides on. You also have the extension portion.
Which I need. I need the extension portion so that it comes up to me so I don't have to bend over.
Each way you want to do, if you're reaching for something up way high, or you're just going to be vacuuming normally. All modular, all easy to use, relatively lightweight. And one thing I do want to point out, in case anybody has allergies, this is kind of how it pops out. It has a HEPA filter. This is the second one I've used, but essentially that goes in, this goes along top, locks in place. It's easy to dump out.
Yes, it's so, okay, so I kind of fell in love with this too. Joe, you're still on camera, but Joe always does his research on things before he buys it. I'm the impulse buyer. Joe's like the researcher, right? And our kids can use this because it's lightweight. We have a 4- and a 6-year-old. They love vacuuming, so I'm all about that. But because it's, as you were saying, modular and it's adjustable, it can adjust down to their height or up to my height, because I have kind of issues with bending over you know, and then my back. So I have to have it very tall. But then again, for my 4 and 6-year-old, they're having it very little. And my 6-year-old can empty this on her own without any help. That's how easy it is. And it just plugs in and charges, and it's always charged and ready to go. So it has been, I think, probably one of your best purchases.
Yeah, definitely a popular sale amongst our items.
It definitely is every single time. So if you guys have any questions, be sure you're asking us. First of all, thank you all for the follows tonight. Make sure that you're hitting that heart button. Make sure you're tapping follow if you do not already follow us. We're going to keep going. All right. Today, I'm going to show you all a quick video while we talk about this. These are the Blink outdoor cameras. And I believe I have one. I do. I have one right here so that you guys can see the actual size of it as well. But I am going to pull up a video that's going to kind of play over on the side so that you can see some different places that we put this as well. Okay. Right now you're seeing in the video the app that goes with it. What I love most about all of the Blink cameras is that there's an app that shows you the video. You can take still images, you can save a video from it, you can see everything from anywhere. What's really, really awesome about the Blink outdoor cameras is you can put them anywhere. They do not have to be plugged in at all. They run on batteries, and I think they last about 2 years, depending on how much activity they get. Now, we have some that we put outside in the front yard. I put one literally zip tied to a tree, another one zip tied to a light. I put one out back and I screwed it into the tree because the tree was too big to try and get around it. We have a lot of wildlife where we live, so we pick up all the cats, the skunks, the possums, the deer, whatever's out there all the time. It's kind of fun to watch them on that.
And for any of you seeing me look at my phone right away and trying to figure out what was going on,
it's letting you know there's motion.
I did not know Jen pulled the camera from the master.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing like motion in the master, and I'm like, did the dog get out of his cage? Why are the kids in our bedroom? Because you can name the cameras based on the individual room in a custom manner in the app. And that's what I'm seeing come through now as far as motion. So I was like, what is going on? So it is quite nice with the app to be able to do that.
And what I love about this, so this actually sits in my master closet. It just sits up kind of behind my purses, and it watches my whole closet, because we have to kind of have help around the house cleaning, just because I do have trouble like bending over and getting back up and things like that with what I have going on. And so I want to see that no one's going in my closet and taking anything if they're here helping us out, because I'm not over there watching them the whole time. I also want to see if my children are in my closet stealing things that they're not supposed to, like my shoes and my bags. So I love these. I love that they run on batteries.
They start young, folks. They start young.
They do. They start young. They're thieves. They're thick as thieves too, so they lie for each other. And so we have cameras all over, and we will literally say to our children, do I need to go pull up the camera footage? And we will. We'll pull up the camera footage, and sometimes that my little one, she will double down and she will say, pull it up. I didn't do it. And then she'll come look over my shoulder and watch on this app. And then her eyes will get real big, like, oh no, they do have a camera there. You know? So these are absolutely wonderful. And the fact that they can just go anywhere, I absolutely love. All right, I'm going to let Joe talk to you all about the TV as well. So I'm going to pull this down, and I'm going to show you guys what the TV looks like upstairs in our bedroom.
Am I on camera over here, or am I just...
You are. I'm going to put you on camera real quick. There you go.
How much can you see? I can't really tell.
You go a little more that way, and then you have filled the whole screen, my love.
There it is. So this is the 50-inch Fire TV. 4K, obviously. One of the things I will say about this, and Jen, you can roll the video and I'll just talk through it. I just want everybody to see the box is pretty much relative to the size of the TV you're going to be getting.
I just wanted to show them what it looked like in our room. So I literally took this photo before we came down here, because I don't like boring people with a whole bunch of videos. I like to talk and answer questions and basically tell you why we like things, not like distract you with a setup video.
So one of the great things about this is it doesn't take a whole lot of time to set up. Like we have, you know, an Amazon Fire Cube, and we have a handful of Amazon Fire Sticks all over the house. And as soon as I connected this one to the network, it immediately recognized that we had other Amazon devices connected, and it just asked to confirm the internet, and it asked like which Wi-Fi we were using, and it asked us to confirm, you know, that this was our system. And as soon as we did that, it updated everything to our current settings on the other devices, and was pretty much ready to go, other than having to download some apps, you know, that weren't already on the TV. So very easy to use, very easy to install. No real concern. So if you're looking for something that's really easy to set up out of the box, this is it.
And JLo, I see that you are trying to possibly share our stream, I hope. And so to do that, if you are trying to share the stream, there is over on this side, I believe, of the screen, there is a little up arrow right over there that you should be able to see, and you can tap there. It will give you a link to this exact stream, and it will get them there. And thank you for talking about what the deal is, because as you know, we're not allowed to say pricing, basically because these are all on deal right now while you guys are watching us live. But for people who are watching it on demand later, because these live on Amazon, right? It might not be that price anymore. So we can only say that it's on deal, or there's a % off or things like that. But if you all want to chat about the price over in the chat, feel free to, because it is a great price. Okay. The next item that we are going to go over, I am going to let Joe show it to you. And it is my favorite item.
Are you going to talk about it while
I can talk about it while you demonstrate. So this is a 60-inch, I call it a selfie stick, but it's also basically a tripod. You can adjust this. It comes with a Bluetooth remote.
Where did it go? Oh, yeah.
Which Joe is desperately searching for right now.
I dropped it. It's my fault.
Oh, and a little backstory on that as well. I traveled with this when we went to London because I wanted to be able to take family photos, and Joe lost my remote.
I think it was one of the kids.
Day. Yeah. Anyways, this is what I travel with the most. I am a full-time content creator. I take photos. It's kind of just what I do.
Just want to make sure you can see the full length on there.
Yes, you can. Okay. It's kind of what I do, and I've done for a while just because you know, I can't always work, you know, full time, especially with the kids and other things that we have going on. But I can kind of take photos and then post them and show you everybody what I'm doing. It's heavy. I'm not going to lie.
It's not that heavy.
It's not that heavy, but it's not like, you know, it's not super lightweight.
It's about a pound, I'd say, maybe half a pound to a pound.
Yeah. So I toss this over in my tote bag, and then I'm not bugging Joe constantly to, hey, take my photo with the kids. I can hook my own phone to this, grab the remote, go over wherever I'm at, and then just keep clicking as many times as I want to try and get the shot that I want of whatever I'm taking photos of. So this has been my favorite. I like that it's the 60 inches high, and you can also adjust it.
I always put it in the wrong way.
I know you do. Then you can also kind of rotate the top. When you have the top out, you can rotate it so it's horizontal, so it's vertical. You can kind of tilt it both back and up. So if you're trying to get more of those artistic shots, which I'm not great at it, I'm still trying to learn. I follow a lot of people online trying to show me like how to get new different kinds of interesting shots, and so that's what I wanted to get this for, so that it would look like I had a photographer with me, but I don't. And Joe, I love you, but you are not a good photographer. Joe is your typical you know, spouse that you might get like half of your head and then all sky when he tries to go take your photo. So that is why I invested in something like this. Hey guys, how are you guys doing tonight? Yes, the deals are really bananas. Can't you see? Because we got all the bananas on. Anyways, so the stream appropriate for an 8-year-old. We're not doing anything off the wall, and we often have our 4- and 6-year-old in our live streams, if that helps answer your question. Okay, so that is on deal. Make sure that you look at that. I see that people are clicking on our very next item, so I'm going to cover that one. So I have an obsession with Halloween, and Joe will tell you that this is accurate.
It is.
And he's obsessed with Christmas. I'm also slightly, but I really, really love Halloween. So we are in a constant need of smart plugs around the house, as far as, you know, the blow molds or the blow up inflatables or the Christmas trees, whatever we have going on. And the other day I was trying to get one up and going, and I could not get it to program. I could not get it to work. I couldn't get it to work with anything. So I grabbed these. I have yet to use them. However, the reason that I picked this pack specifically is it comes with 4. And we always need some. Even if I'm not going to use all 4 right now, I'm going to be using them later, trust me. These have an app control. They also have the voice control, so they're going to work with an app on both Android and the Apple Play Store, which is really nice. You can set timers with this, which I also really love, and you can reprogram them. So just because I go plug in my Jack the Pumpkin King to come on at 5 o'clock in the evening right now does not mean that that's also the time that my Christmas tree, when I use the plug later, has to come on as well. It's super easy to program it in an app, and I wanted them, so I grabbed them. I see that there's quite a few clicks on this as well right now. The next item I'm going to have Joe also go over with me and help show you guys a little more about it. You are back on screen. I see that you have made your banana a banana partial split.
I had to open the banana because it was getting a little hot, so I needed to vent it up here a little bit.
So Joe and I love what we call the good ice, right? And so we have had multiple different ice machines over the years, and I feel like the Opal ice machine, it's been my favorite.
The GE Profile Opal ice machine.
Is it your favorite too? Which one's been your favorite?
I think it's there. You know, it's got pluses and minuses versus the other ones. One of the biggest things that I do like about this one versus the one we have, the light. Mm-hmm. So you don't think about it till you don't have it, but there's a light that stays on in this thing, and you can see the level of ice at all times. And, you know, if you have the lights off at night and you want to go to the kitchen to get some ice, you don't have to turn the light on and wake up the kids that might be in their room next door. So it was really nice to have that. And I realized that in the current ice maker we have,
there's no light.
No light. You know, and the other thing that's really nice about this is it'll stop making ice when it's full, and then as long as there's water in the reservoir, as soon as the level of ice falls, it'll start again. The maker that we're trying out right now doesn't do that. As soon as it shuts off, it doesn't restart unless you open the door and shut it again, because as soon as the sensor is triggered, it needs to be reset before it starts making ice. So there are a lot of really cool features about this that I think make it worth the money to be able to have, because if you really do have the reservoir tank that attaches to the side as well, you'll get an extended amount of ice because you don't have to add the water as much because you're going to have that tank with it.
Thank you guys again for your follow this evening, and I do want to make sure that I answered everyone's questions as far as, yes, our streams are always family friendly. I'm the Ketosis Mom. Our streams are always family friendly. Also, thank you all for the follow. As speaking of family friendly, we've got a visitor in here right now.
Who obviously she ate both chocolate, and I see you have a lot of jelly from your peanut butter jelly on you, so you're going to need to go upstairs and wipe that off.
Do you want to wave to everybody and say hi before you go wipe up? Say hi.
No, don't do that.
Nope, you're just going to eat your peanut butter jelly off your shirt.
Go back upstairs. Wipe yourself up.
It's so funny. So the other thing that I really like about the Opal ice maker for me was the app, and it was programmable, because we all put ice in our big cups before we walk out the door each day, and being able to program this to not be on all night long to where it can get a little loud or wake someone up, especially if they're a light sleeper, but be able to program it to where it starts about an hour or two before everybody gets up, so there's enough ice in there for everybody to have ice to be going out the door with. That was what I liked the most about it. It was easy to clean. it worked really well, and it lasted us. So this is our old one, and I think it lasted through 3 moves.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 4 moves.
Lasted about
4 moves.
5 to 6 years.
Yeah. I got this when I was pregnant with little peanut butter jelly that just came in here.
Who is back?
And she's back. And I craved ice and I craved water the whole time I was pregnant with her. And so I wanted like that Sonic ice, like the really soft nugget ice all the time.
Well, how about I get her back upstairs?
Okay,
and
that's fine.
You can go through the next
That's
couple.
perfectly fine. So she's going to give her dad a run for his money, right? So for me, that was something that the entire time I was pregnant with her, I utilized it constantly. And then everyone who started coming to our house also decided, wow, I love this ice. This is awesome. And now like my mom has one, my aunt has one, my grandma has one. Everybody has one in their house now because it was like, ooh, I like that. I'm gonna, yeah, I like that a lot. All right, the next item that I'm gonna be going over with you is right down here. And if y'all follow me on social media, then you've seen this a lot because we do outdoor movie night at my house. It's like a big thing. And this is the home projector that I got. This is the Nexco PJ20. It's an HDMI, so it's a 1080p LCD projector. The reason that I got this, I am horrible at setting things up. I'm just gonna tell y'all, if something has to get set up, Joe has to do it 95% of the time. This I set up on my own, and I set it up as a surprise for the whole family on my own. I had no idea what I was doing. I basically just watched a quick video on this, and then I knew exactly what to do. All I had to do was take one of our Fire Sticks that we had. I plugged it directly into this projector, and then you just change the input over to where you plug that Fire Stick in, and then you have the entire Fire Stick lineup, everything that you have on your normal TV now on this projector. And then we got a big inflatable outdoor screen that all I had to do was flip a fan on, and it inflated the whole thing on its own. And then all I had to do was kind of back this up a little bit, trying to make it, right where the screen needed to be. So it's very simple. There's not a lot of things that I can do personally, like that's a surprise to the rest of the family. So I felt like this was like a big thing for me. It was a big thing for me. I don't know. I've never been good at putting things together. Joe can tell you, like, since we've been married, since before we were married, Joe's always had to put everything together
and
for
I'm
me.
Back.
And he's back. So I'm going to take down this ice maker, and I am going to pull up very quickly. I think I just have a picture of the projector outside that I was going to show y'all. Let me take this down. There we go. So, oh, wait, no, I still have up that one. There we go. So this is what it looks like outside. You'll see this guy right here, the Nexco PJ20 outdoor projector, is right over there on that little red table. And then you'll see an Amazon box because that's what my youngest wants to sit in because she doesn't want to touch the grass. And we went out and did an outdoor movie night for her birthday this year in August. And we just sat outside and had a nice time. It was very easy to set up. All I needed was that extension cord, and then we were good to go. So I think that this is really great. And I saw it was on deal, so I wanted to make sure that I shared it with y'all. The next item I will let Joe talk a little bit about. It is the dog feeder. And I'll let you kind of talk about how we program this for Frankie and all that jazz.
It's the Pappy Feed Smart Automatic Pet Food Dispenser. It is a Wi-Fi pet feeder. Mm-hmm. It comes with an app. So
we like apps.
Yeah, and the way this works is, it's got that dispenser kind of tub on top where the nice thing is it has a Velcro piece on it. So if you have pets that are a little rambunctious and would knock it over, it's not going to spill the food out because it has that Velcro strap on the top. It also has a little packet inside to keep the odor down. It has a little tray that fits in the front, and even if you're not using the app to have it set up, let's say you just want to manually use it, there's a button on there that'll dispense a certain amount of food each time you press it. And, an easy way to do this, and it's the way that I kind of do this, like let's say our dog is supposed to have a half a cup of food 3 times a day. So I used a half a cup.
He would eat more.
Put it into kind of a bigger cup to see, how much I can consistently do it. Put it into the dish and just kind of compared. Yeah, and it wasn't like 1, 2, 3. I think it was 3 or 4 servings on the actual pet feeder equated to half a cup of food. So we knew we can kind of scale it out that way. And then Jen has it set up in the app so that it dispenses at certain times in the morning, afternoon, and evening so that he gets fed at the same time of day every day.
And what's also really nice about that is if you travel a lot and you have a cat at home, right? Because this can be used for cats too. And, cats are kind of a little more like self-sufficient than dogs are. Like they can stay home by themselves.
They need water, a litter box, and food, and they're good. And they don't need anybody else.
And so what's nice about this is that it also tells you, unless you know that the dispense did happen, so that you know they're getting fed while you're gone. Or, like with us with dogs, if we leave and no one's home, there's no point in this continuing to run food out. So we either need to unplug it or just use the app and turn off the schedule and then not turn the schedule back on until we come home. And so I did actually turn off the schedule recently because we had to change out his food, and it was like we needed to mix his food because he was having a reaction with it. So we just turned the whole thing off in the app and then did it ourselves until we were good to go with the all new food. So I've really liked this so far. Like I'm kind of upset I didn't have it when I had dogs before, but that's just me. Okay, the next thing that we are going to go over, I'm going to pull this one down, and I'm going to pull up the Kitch curlers, which I can already see that there's been multiple clicks on this. And so I actually used that today on my hair. I took a shower a few hours ago. I put these curlers straight in my hair while it was wet. And you'll see over in the video that's playing on the side the result that you can get. Now, the thing about these specifically, these are shorter. These are the ones that I call the chain curlers. So you'll see when I had it in my head on the video on the side, I kind of hook them basically. So this one will be like this, and then this one gets hooked like this, like a chain. And then I do that all the way around my head. You do not have to sleep in these. You can if you want to. The wetter your hair is when you put them in the curler, the shorter and tighter the curl is going to be. So my hair was pretty dry earlier when I did this on mine, and then it was still a little even damp when I pulled it out, but I still have, you guys can see these kind of like beach wavy type curls just from having these in for maybe 2 hours, I think, and just letting my hair dry naturally in this. And so I feel like if I still went to work every day, these for sure would be my best friend, because I could just put these in the night before, take them out on my way to work, and then not have to sit there trying to curl my hair to be able to leave to go to work. And I like sleep, so I would rather have sleep than sitting there trying to curl my hair. That's just me. It's just me. So I think these are also a great investment if you are looking to curl your hair. I also use these on my daughters as well, and they have shorter hair. I used to have hair all the way down to here, and so I also have the longer Kitch one as well, and I use both. I go back and forth between the two. All right, Joey, now it's my turn for just a few, and then I'll come back to you, I promise. All right, the next thing that I want to go over, so I got this, I'm going to butcher the name, I know, Tawiki diamond pendant. I saw this on, I'm going to be honest, on another influencer's page, and I thought, ooh, that's really cute. I like that. I want to see about that. First of all, it comes in this little gadget right here, and this is clear. You put it down in here. This basically just helps it from getting all tangled up. So when I travel, I leave it in here so that it's easy for me to get this out when I get where I'm going, which I absolutely love. It's really, really pretty. You guys can see the back looks kind of gold. Let me do like this so you guys can see a little better. Maybe it'll focus. It's very, very pretty. It looks really expensive, and I think that's awesome because people will always say, oh my gosh, where did you get that from? And thank you guys for the follows. Again, make sure that you're liking and hearting on the screen as well as tapping that follow button, because that just helps us out and bring more deals to y'all. The next item that I'm going to go over, because I can see that Joe is bored over there. He's like, when am I coming back on the screen? So I went to the Lily Pulitzer Pink Retreat down in Palm Beach this year. And I don't typically wear a lot of eye makeup. As you guys can see, I kind of have some eye pencils, you know, the little crayon looking things that I use on a daily basis. I don't have a lot of color, right? I wear a lot of color. And I kind of quickly realized that, okay, I'm going to this pink retreat. Everybody's going to be doing their makeup to the nines. Everybody's going to be getting their photo taken left and right everywhere. I'm going to have to kind of up my makeup game, right? So I grabbed this. I will tell you all that this is very, very pigmented. I use a lot of the pinks, obviously, because it was the pink retreat, and where we were going down in Palm Beach. Now, if you guys have ever been to Florida, then you know it's hot. You are going to physically melt while you're down there. This did not melt off of my face the whole time we were there. If anything, I was having to really use what Joe's going to be going over next to try to get this off of my face at the end of the day, because it stays on very well and it's super pigmented as well. All right. Joey, you're on.
So these have been our go-to for many years.
Many years.
So these are the Amazon Essentials baby wipes. They make these in a few different kinds. This particular kind is the fragrance-free or unscented version, especially if you have, you know, kids that may have responses
peanut butter
to
and jelly
scents,
on themselves.
Or I was going to go with like allergies or anything, or may have sensitive skin. The unscented, or they do have another one for sensitive skin, but this is the unscented one that's on deal right now. And we've used these. Our kids are 4 and soon to be 7, and we have used these for almost as long as they have both been around. Definitely as long as the little one's been around. You know, great value for what you get. You know, they have, I will say, the right amount of moisture in them. You know,
I feel like they're thicker.
Other wipes that we've used in the past have a little less moisture, where you're kind of like, there's not enough to get it all off. Others, when you pull it out, it's like, these are soaking wet.
Yeah.
This is not great either. So I think these have the right balance in them, and the kids love them too, because they'll go and get them on their own, and they'll wipe themselves up now, thankfully.
Speaking of them getting them on their own as well. So the great thing about this is other wipes that we had, if you leave them open, they dry up, right? And then you go and you try to get one and they're so dry, you're like, there's no salvaging this. Even if I just go fill this whole thing with water, it's just not going to work. I feel like the kids leave these open all the time and they're still good. The other reason that I loved these when the kids were little, like babies, was because I would be trying to grab a wipe, hold them to make sure they don't fall, trying to juggle everything. And I felt like a lot with other wipes, I would grab one and there would be like 15 that would come out, or I couldn't get it out. Whereas these, I feel like every time you grab one, you get one, which is really nice. Now, somebody did ask us, are they flushable? I do not believe that they're flushable.
No, these are not flushable wipes.
Yeah. But honestly, like at my house, we don't flush things. Even if they do say that they're flushable, we throw them over in the trash, because we still have, even though we have a 6 and a 4-year-old, we still have like our Ubi diaper pails, the taller ones, so that we can kind of toss things in there, close it up, and it's fine.
Thing is, we've been on septic tanks before, and even flushable wipes, you're not supposed to be flushing in them because it causes problems. So we just have a habit of, you know, for the wipes, they're just going to go in the waste bins anyways. And
if you guys saw our live stream, I believe 2 live streams ago, it might have been the last live stream, we also use the Amazon bamboo toilet paper, just because it breaks up once it gets in the water, so then you don't have clogs in your toilet. So that's another reason for that. All right, Joe is going to go over what I call wash your fruit better.
It's the Blue Ginkgo over the sink colander or strainer. So the great thing about this is it's adjustable. So whether you're going to have it, you know, lengthwise or widthwise on your sink, it'll be able to fit in there. You can see it's great as far as a colander. It's a fairly large one too, so you don't really have to worry about that. And one of the great things about this is if you do have it sitting in your sink, you can just bring the faucet right over the top of it and rinse all the fruit off in here and let them drain, or vegetables or whatever it may be. It'll just drain right into the sink. You don't have to worry about breaking a colander off. The other thing is, once you pull all the fruit out, it's easy to rinse out right after that as well. So, and then you can leave it on the sink to dry. So you really, once you put it in place, you can wash, rinse, and dry all in the same location.
You know, all that kind of jazz.
Yep.
They want you to say, I'm a banana, I'm a banana.
I'm a banana, I'm a banana. These deals are bananas.
I'm not sure why. I have no idea why. But we did it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show, so Joe's going to hold it up and I'm going to pull up kind of the quick video that goes with it. This is like one of my favorite things in the house.
Yeah, and this is a touchless automatic soap dispenser. So one of the things I will point out is it does have an on-off button. Obviously it's off or it'd be shooting liquid everywhere. It's got a plus or minus for the how much you want coming out at a given time. Now it does have a beam right here that you put your hand underneath, and once you pass that beam, it will dispense. Now, one of the things I have noticed is if I put a dry towel underneath it, it doesn't usually dispense onto a dry towel. If I wet the towel, it will dispense. So it is able to distinguish, at least when I've been using it, between wet and dry material. Whereas if you put your hand under it, it'll come through. Yeah.
So a lot of people use these in their house, you know, in their, you know, wherever guests are going to be going to use the restroom, right? And they put just hand soap in it. But I was feeling like I was constantly having to bend down underneath the sink, get the dish cleaner out, bring it back up. And this is when I was doing dishes. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't do dishes anymore because the kind of like bending down and getting back up, sometimes I get stuck. And so I don't do it anymore. Joe does. But when I was doing this, I was having to clean bottles. I was having to clean kids' cups. I was having to clean all the stuff, the containers that they bring home from lunch every day. And having every day to bend down and get the soap dispenser out from underneath the sink, it started kind of getting to me a little bit. And so I thought, okay, people are using this for hand soap in their guest bathrooms. Why can't I use this for my dish soap and just leave it next to my kitchen sink so that it's easy for me to just put my sponge right under it. I have the soap that I need. And like Joe said, there is a plus and minus button on it so you can control how much is coming out. Because as you all know, you don't need that much dish soap, right? You need just a very small amount, especially if you're only kind of hand washing things that kids are bringing home from lunch. And so this is actually the first time that I ever filled this, and I've not filled it again. Have you? So it's great. It sits there. It's easy to use. And even my kids, they love washing dishes. And so if I'm responsible for doing the dishes because Joe's, you know, doing something for work, I just go get a stool and have my kids wash their own dishes. And so they even know to just put the sponge underneath there and then the soap will come out and they can use it. Plus, I really like the color on this as well. So that's just my spiel on it. I saw it was on deal and I wanted to go over it. Okay, let me pull that one down so it doesn't keep playing. The next item I'm going to go over because I'm the one who uses this the most. I like to go to the, you know, community pool because I used to do aquatic physical therapy, and they would like wrap a pool noodle around my head, and then I would go out to the deep end and just kind of float, and it really just kind of lets your whole body, you know, kind of, just relax, right? And so thank you guys for all the follows. Some of you, I can't see your names to call you out, but Justin, thank you for the follow. It just says Amazon, you know, Donald, thank you guys so much for tapping follow. And if you did not tap the heart button, please tap the heart button tonight as well. This is what I would use when I would go up to the pool to kind of do my floating or my aquatic therapy. This is a Pelican marine pouch. Why this is important. Even if you're just out going hiking, you're not getting in a physical pool, right? You might just be on a boat out fishing, or you might be going down to the river and you don't want to drop your phone in and ruin it, right? You can open the top of this up. This fits larger phones. So my husband has the, what is yours? 14
Pro.
14 Pro. And I have an S22 Ultra, which is even larger. This fits both of those phones. What's great is you can still use the touch screen on the front. The back is still open, so you can still take photos. You can close the top right up here. There's these little kind of hinges that go in, and then it creates an airtight seal so that no water is getting in. This pouch also floats. So if you were to ever drop this off the boat, or it, you know, you're not holding on to it anymore and it starts floating away from you, it's not going to sink down to the bottom for you to have to go hunt it down and find it. You can also go underwater with this and take any photos you want to. And then even when you come back up and the pouch is wet, you can still use the touchscreen on your phone. So this has been one of my better purchases for being around water in general. But even if we just go and we attempt to do like a hike, and I know that there's a creek or something that I might drop things in, I will still just put my phone in this and hang it around my neck, because I have to like kind of use a walking stick and take my time, and I'm not going to lose my balance and fall, because I'm deathly afraid of falling. I'm not going to lose my balance and fall over a phone. Like if this falls off, so be it. It's not going to get messed up. Okay. And I see you guys like that based on your clicks. All right. I'm going to go back over to Joe, and he's going to talk about my tire inflator, which I'm surprised he hasn't stolen yet.
Yep. So this is the Vac Life, a portable air compressor. It's specifically for tires. You know, it does have a little compartment back here. I just want to show everybody where you can kind of roll everything up and it'll fit inside. It does have kind of for your electrical port in the car. You can plug it right in. They do make adapters for this if you only have plugs, but you know, this just has the old car adapter port on it. One of the nice things about this is it does have a light, which you can turn on and off. I don't have the right port, so I can't plug it in right here, but it has a button to turn it on and off for the light, as well as an on and off for the compressor. Down here, you have a screen that will light up, a digital screen, and you can adjust the tire pressure to what you would like it to inflate to. And this is really nice because it'll turn off as soon as it hits that tire pressure. Thankfully, we haven't had to use it yet, but we've tried out similar ones I've had in the past for other things, and it works really nice. This is a smaller, more compact version, so it's easy to fit in the back of the car or in the trunk, and it doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's not very heavy.
Right, so those are all the reasons that I wanted this one. It's not very heavy, it's small and compact, it can fit into my trunk organizer that's in the back, and I don't like having to try to...
And it's got a long cord, so it will reach,
it will
which
reach
is
all
important.
of your tires.
Yeah.
I have an SUV, and it reaches all of my tires. So, but I don't like having to try to hunt down like a gas station that has the air pump, and then I may or may not have coins or whatever it takes or dollars. You know, I might not be able to do it. Plus, I don't really like, especially if I'm either by myself or if I have kids in the car, getting out of the car, doing things, you know, trying to hook that up, and then everybody's just kind of sitting there. I would much rather prefer kind of stop wherever I want to stop, hook this up directly to my vehicle, and then be able to do my tires right there. Like, let's say we stop somewhere at a restaurant to eat, then I can just quickly do it and fill my tires up at the restaurant to eat while there's other people around, right? So it's kind of, for me, it's like a safety thing too. So I love this. I see that you guys are liking it based off the clicks. Trust me, it's good. And the light's very bright on it as well. All right, I'm also gonna go over this. This is a steamer / iron. And Joe will let you all know that I also don't do laundry. So I don't know. I don't do a lot of things anymore that I used to do, and I probably should at least try. But this is the easiest steamer that I think I've ever used. I like that you can kind of turn the handle, and it also becomes a little mini iron. So if you're someone who does different kinds of crafts and you need a little mini iron, this one is awesome. You do not have to wait for this to be like heat up and ready to go. Other steamers that I've had and irons I've had in the past, you kind of have to fill it up, plug it in, and then wait a kind of a set amount of time before it's ready to start steaming or ironing. This one, I was shocked that the moment I plugged it in, it's ready to go. So I keep this one down here whenever I'm doing clothing streams for people. then I can stand and I don't really have to like bend over and things. I can hang it up higher so that I can get it, and I can quickly just steam the whole thing. Each time you fill this up, it steams probably, I would say, about 2 garments depending on how wrinkled it is. I think I would steam 2 larger dresses at a time, but I steamed, I think, 5 or 6 children's clothing when I was doing this with each different one. So anyways, this, I got the purple one. I think that it's just awesome. So this stays down in my office at all times. The next item I'm going to let Joe go over because he was the most excited for this.
Yeah, I'm using one of these right now. It's the Beckham Hotel Collection Down Alternative Cooling Gel Pillow, and it's for people who sleep on their back, their side, their stomach. So and it comes in a 2-pack, so you can imagine about double thickness of this. And I'm going to show you on camera. Hopefully, I can.
Because you have the other one upstairs using it.
Hopefully, I can get into it.
We just didn't open this one yet.
But we'll show you how this expands on live camera. So you can just kind of see it's already inflating.
Mm-hmm. Inflating.
Well, they pull the air out. It's fluffing. I'm not having to do a whole lot of anything, and it's just.
Yeah. And I guarantee if you leave it there by the end of the stream, it's going to be like full size and fluffed. Because
and the other one's a lot more fluffy than this because it's been out for a while. But one of the things, for the longest time, I had regular pillows. And then, one of the last
this isn't a regular pillow.
The last pillow I was using was a cooling gel pillow too, and it made a world of difference when you sleep. And I felt better sleeping on a cooling gel pillow. So when Jen saw these, I said, "Yeah, I will definitely try them," and I do like it.
Good. You never told me if you like it, which is what's so funny because I got these for Joe. And then he just goes off with it and doesn't say anything. But now I'm finally hearing that he likes it. So, okay. All right. The next 2 things that I'm going to go over very quickly. I owned them. I saw that they're on deal. Joe can actually, validate. I wear these constantly. When the weather gets colder, these are some of my favorite pants to wear. They are super, super comfy. I like how the bottom is almost like a jogger pant. They are what I call like an upscale sweat pant, and we have a friend down here again.
Oh, well, I think I'm done for the rest of what I have. So, all right, our oldest is not feeling well. She's got an ear infection, so I'm going to be going upstairs to deal with them, and Jen's gonna finish with you guys.
Just say bye.
Bye, y'all.
All right. So these are my favorite, especially when the weather is cold. It's what I call like an upscale sweatpant. I love that they are super, super stretchy, super, super comfy. They're still warm. They still have pockets as well. And when I saw that these were on deal, I thought to myself, okay, I've got to try to get those before they go off deal. Because I wear them so much, and they do come in other colors and everything as well because I own some of the other colors. This is also something that I wore a lot last year. I just kind of pulled this out because I'm just now pulling out all of my cold weather clothes because where I am, it's still like 80, 90 degrees during the day, but then it's getting cold at night. But I do love this. It's almost like it has like a bat wing, but it doesn't. It's super, super stretchy, very, very soft. There's one thing that I cannot stand, and it is an itchy sweater. I will not wear an itchy sweater. I don't care how beautiful it is. I'm not going to do it. This I got, so I am plus size. I got the size extra large, and this still fits me, and there's still room in it. So I think that you could probably size down in these because I typically get size 2XL. I'll be honest with y'all, I bought this last year fully expecting for it to not fit, but I had seen it on so many people on so many different places, and I thought that looks so nice on them. I want to try it. And everybody was saying then that it ran big, so I gave it a try, and now I want it in more colors this year. So this is another thing that as soon as I hit end with this stream with y'all, I might be going and shopping for myself, right? One thing that I do want to say is tonight we were gifted items from Shaper Mint, and so we're sponsored tonight by Shaper Mint. They have, in my opinion, some of the best shapewear that I've ever had. So I have absolutely no problem being sponsored by them because I wear these constantly. I have a pair on right now. I literally just ordered all new ones myself before they offered to gift me some because I usually try to replace these ever so often because I wear them so much. What's really nice about Shaper Mint is that it has what I would say it's all day comfortable. This isn't shapewear that you're gonna wear to an event and then like be sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, when can I get out of this thing? Or shapewear that you're gonna wear and then you can't go to the bathroom because you don't know how you're gonna get it back up again. That is not this at all. These are comfortable. They're comfortable, they're breathable. I don't like sweat in these. And they also have on the very top, I'll show you guys on this one. There is like this anti-slip grip right here at the very top. If you guys can kind of see where it looks kind of shiny right there, this is a silicone grip so that it doesn't roll down. So if you've tried shapewear like I have in the past, a lot of times it will kind of roll down on you and then you're trying to like get it back up and you can't. These do not do that. And because they're super, super stretchy, they're easy to get up and down, and then they still keep their shape and keep everything smooth as well. So these I like. Another thing that was showing as on deal when we started our stream. So I either wear Shaper Mint or I wear these guys. I'm probably going to butcher their name. I believe it's Warapa. But every time I see the Warapa cotton high-waisted underwear on sale, this is kind of like just everyday comfort. You're just kind of doing around the house. You're not like going to anything where you're like worried about everything being smooth. You're not wearing anything tight. Everyday comfort. I get these every single time. The last two items that are on here, let me see if I can bring this up for y'all. So let me see if I can get it here. I was looking at everything that was on deal and I saw this that's highlighted right now and I thought, oh my gosh, I would love to have that. And so I told you guys for a lot of the things on my stream today, I am legitimately going to be getting off of my stream and then turning around and shopping myself because that's how I am. It's what I do, right? And so what I want to do is I want to go over to this screen so that y'all can see this. So this is the Lasco. It is an oscillating ceramic designer series space heater. Now, where I live, I feel like you either need a Lasco oscillating fan or you need a Lasco oscillating heater depending on the time of year that it is, right? I really feel like you need one or the other. I personally love the way that this one looks because even if you put this, let's say you have a basement that typically stays colder or you have a room over a garage that can get really cold. If you even by putting this in the room, I feel like it almost looks like a design piece while you're still heating the room. Hear me out. I love this. I want it really, really bad. I see that they have it in what they're calling beige, and then they have it also in what they're calling gold. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't know the difference. I just know that I want one. Okay, so that's on here, and I can see that you guys are liking it based on the clicks. The other thing that I wanted to cover, this got shipped to my mother's house. You can see last purchase, I just purchased it this week. A lot of the clothing from Amazon's The Drop you're going to see is on deal right now. And when I say that, I mean, if you look right here where it's highlighted red where I'm talking right now, if you hit where it says brand The Drop and then go there, you're gonna see that a lot of the things are on deal. So this is one that was on deal that I grabbed this color that's showing right now. I also have it in this color. I can't find it right now, so I'm wondering if someone took it. but I have it in this kind of brown caramely color, and then I ordered the olive as well because I saw the olive on a couple of different influencers just with like a solid colored kind of sleeveless long dress in all different colors, you know, pink, navy, black, white, and it looks good with everything. I personally would not have thought to get this color because I mean, I bought the brown one last time, but it looks so good in photos and it looks good with so many different colors, especially solid colors for the fall. I grabbed this one, and this one got sent to my mom's house. And so when I go there, it's probably going to be a little bit cooler at night and I'm going to get to wear it, hopefully, because it's still, you know, it's still kind of hot where I am right now. All right, I'm going to go all the way back to the very beginning. And if anybody has any questions about anything that we went over tonight whatsoever, just holler at me and let me know. Joe left, but I'm sure that I can get answers from him if it's something that I don't know. I do want to thank Shapermint tonight, of course, for their gifts. Especially, I love being gifted things that I already use, especially. They probably didn't need to send me anything because I have a whole entire drawer of these. But I am glad that they sent me a brand new one, so I wasn't having to get any out that wasn't in a package for y'all to see what it looks like when it arrives, right? So hopefully these are great deals that y'all can shop and make educated decisions on based on what we were telling y'all about them. Joe and I like to do streams that really kind of teach why we like things, and we don't like to talk about a lot of things that we don't own or that we wouldn't buy or gift ourselves. So hopefully this was fun for y'all. If you're watching this live right now, make sure that you tap the follow button if you did not already. If you did not already, make sure that you tap the heart button that's right down below. Like I said, lets Amazon know that you are liking our content. It also helps us get more deals with brands, which brings more deals and promo codes to y'all in the future. We are going to be evaluating over the next few weeks if we are going to keep our Wednesday at 12:05 p.m. Eastern live stream spot, or if we're going to transition over into the Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern spot. We might end up just doing both because we did kind of get a split house when we did a poll on social media and with family and friends of what they would prefer. And so right now we're kind of still sitting on which one we're going to go with. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank everybody for following and also hearting. And if you're watching on demand right now, watch us live next time so that you can make sure that you grab all of these deals. And I will see y'all next live stream. Make sure that you tune in and you watch us on Prime Days in October. It has been announced for October 10th and October 11th. Bye, y'all.